Hey, I just want to make a really quick video on how to pre-plan your day using MyFitnessPal or My Macros Plus, of course. It doesn't matter which app you're using, the same principles apply. So really simply, what we want to do is we want to spend about 15 minutes each day pre-planning your next day of food. And what this does is it reduces the amount of time that you have to spend thinking about food the next day. And instead of trying to piece together and playing macro Tetris, you are basically trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle and not stressing out about food all day. So first and foremost, I'm going to plan my breakfast, and so tomorrow I'm having oatmeal. And the beautiful part about this for me is I just use the instant packages. It's easy, grab, dump it in a container, and it's good to go. So I'm going to track one serving of that. I'm also going to track protein powder. And I use Mutant Iso Surge Chocolate Fudge Brownie. If you've never tried it, it is freaking amazing. And I'm going to track 45 grams of it. And what that does is I'm going to use 15 grams in my oatmeal, and I'm going to use 30 grams in just a protein shake. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to hit add. And then I'm also going to have a banana. I don't know what my banana is going to weigh, so I'm going to log it at about 125 grams because that's what I've seen on average for the bananas that I've been eating. And if it's less, no problems. I'll just leave it at 125 grams and take the extra deficit. So now that I've added that, all that I have to do in the morning is grab my instant package of oatmeal, rip it open, put it in a container, weigh out 15 grams of my protein powder, and then put the rest, another 30 grams, in a shaker cup, and boom, now I've got breakfast sorted out. What I'm also going to do here is add my lunch in, of course. So what I do is I'm having a turkey sandwich. So I'm going to track about 150 grams of my deli meat, which is this really awesome roasted turkey breast that's sliced from Costco. If you can find it, it's amazing. I'm also going to track 2 slices of the bread that I'm using. And for now, I'm just going to track it as 2 slices. I'll quickly check it in the morning to make sure it's close. So I'll add that. Really simply, I'm just going to have a piece of processed cheese. It's tasty and easy, and I don't have to cut anything up. Apparently I can't spell cheese today. And what I've got here is just this processed cheese here. So I'm going to track 1 slice, and this you don't have to weigh. I'm also going to track the mayonnaise that I'm going to have with it. And that I usually just I weigh out, or I use an actual measuring spoon. And so you log that. And then additionally, I'm going to have some lettuce. And this one is going to give us a gram option. So in this case, I'm just going to use about 25 grams of lettuce all said and done. Whoa, that's too much. So 25 grams of lettuce all said and done. It's like 4 calories. I probably don't need to track that, but I'm gonna. I'm also going to have some peppers. And so I'm going to have about 20 grams of that. And I'm going to pre-log that as well. And like really, that's really simply done. That's my lunch, or at least that's part of my lunch. That's the sandwich that I'm having. I'm also going to have, I'm actually going to have another protein shake or a protein bar with this, because I want to get my protein levels up over to my goals. So what do I have for protein bars right now? I've got these Detour bars, which are pretty tasty. So I'm going to track that, and that's done now. So now my lunch I know is accounted for. It's got 60 grams of protein, and I know exactly what I'm going to have, and it's all weighed out, or all I've got to do is weigh it out in the morning and make my sandwich. For my AM snack, I'm going to include my coffee, which I've pre-logged as a recipe, and I'm going to have 2 coffees tomorrow. I know that for sure. So now that's logged. And I'm also going to have a little bit of Greek yogurt today, or tomorrow, sorry. And so let's crack that, or let's track that. And I'm going to track 175 grams. And I'm also going to add some protein powder to that, because I really like how that works. But I've got this cookies and cream protein powder that I like to use. So I'm going to use that with my yogurt, and I'm just going to use 1 full scoop at 35 grams. So what I would do is just weigh that scoop out as I'm going. So that's, my morning snack pretty much. Afternoon, I typically like to have another piece of fruit, so I'm going to track an apple, and same thing as the banana. I'm going to track a little bit more than I think, and I'm going to track 125 grams. If it ends up being less, I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I'm also going to have some goldfish because I'm still a child at heart. So I'm going to track 25 grams of goldfish, and same thing, I'm just going to weigh it out as I go, and that way I know it's covered. And so you can see as I've gone here, I'm getting close to my protein goals. I've got my carbs kind of in check, and my fat overall is still really good, and I've got about 1,000 calories left for dinner. In this case, I'm having a USDA strip loin. We're having steak tomorrow. So I'm going to pre-plan for around a 250 gram raw weighed steak. That's going to take up a good chunk of my protein. So now my protein's met for the day. I'm also going to have a Baja salad. And so I've got that. I'm going to have 2 cups, and I'm going to actually measure this as 200 grams of salad all said and done. And now that's tracked. And I'm also going to have some rice with my dinner. And like just approximately, I'm going to have about a cup. Now, of course, we want to weigh this as best as possible. I make my rice the same way every single time. It gets the same amount of water, same amount of rice. So all I'm going to do is track it as a cup for now, and tomorrow I'll verify that that's correct. I'm going to have a little bit of soy sauce. So I'm going to add 10 mils of soy sauce. And then last but not least, I'm going to add some veggies to this. So tomorrow we're going to have some broccoli, and I'm probably going to eat about 100 grams of broccoli all said and done. Now that's all saved, and you can see here that I've got 300 calories remaining. I'm over on my protein, I'm a little bit over on my carbs, but it's not a big deal, and I've got 38 grams of fat. I'm actually not going to track anything now. I'm going to leave this as a little bit of freedom for my night, and if I want to fit something else in, I totally can, and I can plan this in now, but this is my whole day pre-tracked. I know exactly what I've got going on tomorrow and how I'm going to make my day work for me. So, really simply, I've taken 5-10 minutes to track this and pre-plan everything. Then now all I have to do tomorrow is follow this, and I know that I'm hitting my goals. So I want you to try this and let me know how it works for you. Try it out for a week, and we're going to go from there. Okay?